Welcome to the Black Gay History Channel. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel for more captivating content. As my channel grows, I learn so much about progress for gay rights on a global scale, and Latin American countries, especially those with significant Black populations, have been progressing gay rights in Latin America, especially in this millennium, and even in this decade. Where are my Blackitos at? In recent years, several Latin American countries have made progressive legal changes for their gay and LGBTQ communities. Though we know legal rights doesn't always translate to perfect living accommodations for their gay citizens, it's noteworthy that these governments are supporting gay rights. Here's a list of 6 Latin American countries with significant Black populations that are progressing gay rights. Panama. As far as Black and Latin countries go, Panama is a more progressive country for gay rights. Panama has a significant Black minority, with roughly 9% of the population being Black. Gay intimacy became legal in the country in 2008, as well as citizens being able to change their gender on legal documents. I also think it's remarkable that though there is no legal recognition of same-sex couples in the country, lesbian couples are allowed to utilize in vitro fertilization resources in Panama. The Guna people of northeastern Panama, an indigenous American group in the country, like many other Native American cultures, recognize a third gender, so LGBT history and gender diversity is clearly a part of Panama's natural history. Like many colonized nations, the Spanish outlawed same-sex activity nearly 300 years ago, but it's been only in recent years that Panama has begun to repeal these laws. In 1996, the first gay rights organization in Panama, the AHMNP, was formed. In 2005, the first Gay Pride March was held with over 100 marchers, and since then the parade has only grown in numbers. In 2017, the First Lady of Panama, Lorena Castillo, made headlines for participating in the march, which is usually held in Panama City, Panama's capital and largest city in the country. Dominican Republic. According to gay travel experts like Jack Kentworthy or Dominican vlogs like Pesca.com, the Dominican Republic is one of the most gay-friendly countries in the Caribbean and Latin America. In recent years, the Dominican Republic has begun to become an increasingly celebrated tourist attraction for gay people in North America and Europe. The Dominican Republic has a long history of opening and closing gay and gay-friendly bars on the island since the 80s, but keeping a consistent gay neighborhood in the country, even in the capital of Santo Domingo, has been difficult for the LGBTQ community. Santo Domingo is where most of gay life is able to flourish, with many bars and restaurants catering to the gay scene, but there is also a concentration of gay bars and gay-friendly resorts in Punta Cana. The Dominican Republic's laws for same-sex sexual acts have been fluctuating between legal and illegal in the country since 1822, but public displays of affection between men was decriminalized in the country in 1997. According to Wikipedia, same-sex intimacy was legalized in 2010, and on July 1st, in 2001, Santo Domingo would have its first public Pride Parade. Ever since, the Pride Parade has grown every year and has gained more attention in Dominican and international media. Puerto Plata, another major city in the Dominican Republic, is also known to have gay-friendly hotels and restaurants. Now, if you know me, I love to highlight the advocacy organizations doing the groundwork for LGBTQ rights in other countries, and Diversidad Dominicana is the DR's premier LGBTQ rights organization working in Santo Domingo. The Dominican Republic is the largest economy in the Caribbean, so it makes total sense to me that they have one of the most successful gay pride festivals in the region. Cuba. In 2022, over 2/3 of the Cuban population voted to legalize gay marriage, making huge strides for equality in the region. This new ruling also allowed for surrogacy programs as well as adoption for gay parents. Cuba previously has had a long and tumultuous relationship with gay rights, but in recent years there has been much more progress on the topic compared to other Latin American and Caribbean nations. The political leader and former Prime Minister of Cuba, Fidel Castro, had a negative and homophobic viewpoint of LGBT people for much of his political career. During Cuba's communist revolution, Castro made LGBT people a scapegoat, arrested and eventually deported queer activists throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. In the 90s, The social landscape in Cuba changed, and activists like Ronaldo Arenas and Mariela Castro were able to be shining examples of Cubans who could articulate the negative effects homophobia had on Cuban society. Unlike many homophobic political leaders, Fidel Castro admitted fault in later years, apologizing to the LGBTQ community throughout the 2000s for his harsh political stances on LGBT rights. Cuba has a history of operating differently from other Caribbean nations, and this is a welcome change to the region, which will undoubtedly give hope to more Caribbean LGBTQ people. Costa Rica. In 2020, Costa Rica became the first Central American country to legalize gay marriage and was soon followed by Mexico in 2022. Costa Rica is also one of the many Latin American countries that has a prominent Black population, and the country is making strides to entice more Black people to come and live in the country. I recently watched a video on YouTube about 5 countries where Black people can get free permanent residency, and one of the countries they mentioned was Costa Rica. Roughly 7% of Costa Rica is Black and mixed race, and with different programs, including one for retirees and financially stable Black entrepreneurs, the Costa Rican government is making it easier for foreign Black people to become citizens. According to Wikipedia, Costa Rica has at least legally been one of the most supportive and liberal countries for gay rights in the Americas for many years. Gay intimacy has been legal in the country since 1971, and anti-discrimination policies in employment have been in place since 1998. Trans people have been able to legally change their gender since 2018, and full marriage benefits, including child adoption, finally passed in the country in 2020. Now, of course, we know just because things change legally doesn't mean that's all sunshine and rainbows for the LGBT community in Costa Rica, but I'm sure it helps having the support of the government. Puerto Rico. San Juan, Puerto Rico's capital, is the second largest city in the Caribbean and houses the country's gay districts in the Condado and Santurce neighborhoods in the city. Of course, these 2 neighborhoods are home to the city's tourism district, so again, it's clear these governments, even the Puerto Rican government, who wants those international gay dollars. Condado Beach is apparently where gay men like to go sunbathing. Same-sex intimacy has been legal in Puerto Rico since 2004, and same-sex marriage and adoption since 2015, with several protections for LGBTQ people, like conversion therapy being banned in 2019. But hate crimes and discrimination against LGBT people is still relatively common. Love Bar opened in 2020 and was the first of its kind in San Juan, an open gay bar catering to the local gay community. There are actually 2 major gay pride parades in Puerto Rico that kicks off in the 3rd week of June, and Boquerón Pride, which is the oldest and one of the largest gay pride events in the Caribbean, attracts 40,000 people every year. This event kicks off in a small fishing village, El Poblado de Boquerón, Boquerón meaning anchovies in Spanish, which makes sense because this place is traditionally a fishing town. Although there are no gay-specific clubs or venues in this city, there are gay-friendly bars that attract Puerto Rico's drag nightlife. Boquerón Pride kicks off the week after Pride in San Juan, making for a season of gay takeover for the month of June in Puerto Rico. Plus, some of the biggest pop stars in the world like Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, and Bad Bunny proudly represent their Puerto Rican heritage and have become gay icons in their own right. Brazil. I've mentioned Brazil and their large and powerful Black gay community countless times on this channel, and I think they earned their spot as one of the most gay-friendly, if not the most gay-friendly Latin American country. Though Brazil isn't perfect, and violence and discrimination against LGBTQ people, coupled with colorism and racism against Black people, Brazilians can make Brazil a tough place. They are still much further ahead than many of their Latin American and Caribbean neighbors. Brazil is a leader for LGBTQ rights in Latin America, with legal gay marriage and adoption rights for same-sex couples becoming legal in 2013. And in 2019, the Supreme Court ruled that discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity is similar to racism. Brazil is also one of the blackest countries in the Western Hemisphere, with an incredibly large Black and mixed race population that is nearly half of the total population of Brazil. Another gay district in Rio is a block called Rua Farma de Amoro, with another hotspot, the very gay Farm Beach. Apparently, a nickname and read for the beach is called Barbie Land because of all the sexy, muscular Ken doll-like gay men that frequent this beach. Census studies have been conducted in the last decade that denote Brazilian cities with the most gay families and households are Rio and Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is Brazil's largest city and also has an incredibly popular gay scene that has grown to compete with Rio. Another large and gay-friendly city in Brazil is Salvador, so it's nice to know the LGBTQ community in Brazil has options to move around a bit. Annual Gay Pride in Rio, which is hosted in Copacabana, of course, is usually the largest festival in Brazil after Carnival, which clearly shows the event's massive popularity. If you know anything about Brazil, then you know Carnival is one of the country's most celebrated nationalized events. So, Rio Pride coming second after that celebration is a big deal. Sao Paulo boasts the second largest gay pride event in history, with a whopping 4 million people attending in 2011. And the same year, Rio clocked in nearly 700,000 attendees. So these events clearly bring in massive crowds from all over Brazil and all around the world. Besides pride events, Brazil's gay community has shown up strongly in the arts, media, and entertainment. There are countless gay movies and TV shows to come from Brazil since the 1970s. And the drag scene in Brazil is massive, boasting superstars like Pablo Vittar, one of the most followed drag artists on social media in the world, as well as popular TV shows like Drag Race Brazil, Queen Stars, and Queens on the Run, featuring Brazil's hottest drag performers.